my pleasure to welcome you, the Acting Director General of the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, NLRC, Mr. Adamu Mohammed Sifawa, to the program.
My pleasure meeting you.
All right, thank you. Let's look at the National Lottery Regulatory Commission. Can you let Nigerians into what is the mandate of the agency?
The mandate of the agency, like you have rightly observed, is to regulate the lottery industry in Nigeria. And based on that mandate, there is an Act of National Assembly 2005 which established the body, that is the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, to regulate the lottery activities in the whole country, Nigeria.
What, as a regulatory body, are you doing to instill the confidence of Nigerians in terms of regulating the sport betting sector?
We have, like I have told you in our mandate, Section 57 of the Act, which said that any arrangement where there is distribution of prizes based on the outcome of that sporting event is within the lottery industry, within the lottery territory. So what we are doing now, we based our attention on what mandate, on what the Act empowers us to do, to now regulate the sport lottery events that are becoming rampant all over the country. So we now try to collaborate with the stakeholders. We have their own national association, that is ABN, as Association of Nigerian Bookmakers. They are in charge of, it is an association where sport bettors are now housed. So in collaboration with this organization, we now brought them together to say that come and let you be regularized, recognized by government, so that people will now have confidence in you.
It will be interesting to know how much of engagement the National Lottery Regulatory Commission has with other agencies in order to be able to ensure best global practices and standardizations.
There are those recognized government agencies, like the NCC, like the NITDA, like the NIRA. We are collaborating with them to ensure our international standard practice. So much so that we will be even collaborating with the other international bodies in order to ensure that the right thing is done for the people. People are not shortchanged, and government does not lose revenue that is supposed to come in its coffers. And so much of that we are doing, and we are getting the support of government as it is now to forge ahead, because lottery is about population, and we have population in Nigeria, but the Nigerians want to see government hand, so that they now have confidence that what is done with fairness, transparency, and accountability. And that is what government is doing, what is helping us to ensure that we do, so that we give the Nigerian confidence, so that they now government generates revenue for the good causes, and people, GDP is increased, their business is boosted, and so many things. There are so many drivable benefits, most especially economic. and it will diversify the economy of Ghana.
Now, why it is important to help the government in its economic diversification through the Lottery Commission, Nigerians would like to know what mechanisms you put in place to ensure that there are no sharp practices, there are no corner-cutting measures by some organizations and some companies to shortchange Nigerians.
We have a monitoring system.
Okay.
We have a generated one, which we call Strama, and we have another one that is going to help us to globally monitor the lottery activities. Because if you now monitor the activities of the lottery activities through this kind of monitoring system, then you now ensure accountability, transparency, and fairness. If you don't, you cannot achieve. For example, the total money realized through a lottery scheme, 50% of it is set aside as winning for prizes. 30% is retained by the operator who arranged the scheme, while 20% of the total money realized come to us and taken to National Lottery Trust Fund, a sister agency. So you can only ensure this is done when you have an effective monitoring system, so that by the time any scheme is run, the 50% is there, the 30% is there, the 20% is there, so nobody is shortchanged. And there are rules and regulations whereby prizes that are not won at a given point in time are rolled over. We have a system of checking them. We have the system of sending external auditors to now audit the account of the operators. So they give the report of the auditing. So we look at it and see if there is anything hidden, if there is anything that we should now draw the attention of our operators. Look, here, there, and here, you are halted, or you are supposed to correct here and there. So that we now ensure what we call fairness, and let me repeat it again, fairness, transparency, and accountability.
I want to thank you, Mr. Adamu Mohammed Sifawa, the Acting Director General, National Lottery Regulatory Commission, for joining us on the program.
It's my pleasure meeting you, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.